I believe the Texas A&M Aggies are a college football playoff contender this season, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes, they went 8-5 last year, 5-3 in the SEC, and they lost the Las Vegas Bowl to a 6-6 USC team. They started out the year 8-2 and finished 8-5. I know. And I know that under Jimbo Fisher, they never fulfilled the hype. I do. One year I picked them to, and the other 2-3 years I thought that they were kind of bleh. They weren't going to do all that much. I jumped on that trend of, yeah, avoid A&M, they're overrated. But Elko's a much better coach than Fisher. Far superior coach to Fisher. And he has a good staff. They've recruited at a similar level, but developed much better. They have a young quarterback who started for much of last year, who I think will take big leaps entering this season. Elko's getting more involved on the defense, and I think that will help. Before we resume this segment, please take a few seconds of your time to make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and for any team podcasts and playlists linked in the description, and also comment your thoughts down below in the comment section and join my Discord server via the description. All of those things I just asked you to do are completely free, and they sign you up for things related to my channel, or they don't sign you up for anything. No cost to you, and all the benefit to you because we release daily college football content here on College Football with Sam. If you want to support the channel monetarily, sign up for a YouTube membership or check any other links in the description for my merchandise store and Patreon page. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the segment. And look, they're plus 1,500 to win the SEC, plus 235 to reach the playoffs. Their win total is 7.5, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think that's a little low. I think it should be 8.5. Could be wrong. Vegas knows more than I, but I love A&M this year. I absolutely love them. You know, their strength of schedule is 9th per ESPN's FPI, and they have tough games at Notre Dame, LSU, Missouri, at Texas as well. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough outing for sure. But they're top 10 in blue chip ratio. They have a top 10 roster in terms of talent. They have better strength and conditioning, better assistant coaching, better play calling, and better CEO and game management and locker room management under Elko and his staff than they ever did under Jimbo Fisher and his staff. So outside of playing, at Notre Dame and at Texas and Missouri, LSU, and Arkansas on the road, here's their whole schedule. Week 1, UTSA. Week 2, Utah State. Week 3 is that trip to Notre Dame. Week 4, they get a bye. Off the week 4 bye, they play Auburn at home week 5, Mississippi State at home week 6, Florida at home week 7. 3 home games in a row, and yes, it's followed up with 2 back-to-back road trips, but 3 home games in a row is very advantageous, especially with Kyle Field. At Arkansas week 8, at LSU week 9, that's a tough stretch, but they get a bye week 10. They then have to travel to Missouri week 11, host South Carolina week 12, Samford week 13, and they have to play at Texas in week 14. Realistically, I don't think they'll go any better than 11-1, but they could go 12-0. I think maybe Texas takes a huge step back. Florida doesn't play to their potential. They beat Notre Dame on the road because Notre Dame's young and it's early, and LSU falls apart. There's a path where they could, finally fulfill those uber recruiting classes that they've taken and have a bunch of success. I also think they could go 8-4 again, or if a lot of things fall apart, I think they could go 7-5 as well. But I'm positive with A&M probably everywhere except for, I would say, tight end, honestly. So when I look at them and their roster, I have Marcel Reed in my All-ACC team. Same with Le'Veon Moss and Amari Daniels at running back. I have starting center Kolinu is that Fayu? Is that how you say his last name? At center. Hopefully I said that correctly. Armaj Reed Adams at guard, along with Chase Basantis. I have my All-SEC team. Trey Zunn III and Demetrius Crownover are my top 2 tackles. Top 2 in the SEC. And then at wide receiver, I have Kevin Concepcion, Terry Bussey. That's my offense. And my All-SEC teams are larger, and there are more teams than most other people's all-conference and all-American teams. But still, only good players are represented. At D-tackle, I have Albert Regis and Tyler Onyedim represented. I have Cassius Howell represented at edge. Linebacker, Scooby Williams and Tareen York. Marcus Ratcliffe at safety. And Will Lee III and Julian Humphrey at corner, along with Randy Bond, the kicker, and Tyler White, the punter, and Terry Bussey at return specialist as well. Special teams will be good. Offense should take a step forward, I think, especially in the ground game department. But they should be able to relieve wide receiver, even with Noah Thomas's absence, him transferring to Georgia. And the defense, I think, should get better too, as Elko's going to be more involved. It'll be second season with Elko, and he's known to be a defensive mastermind, although Colin Klein, offensive coordinator for the Aggies, is known to be an offensive mastermind. They return 72% of their production, which is 7th, and their preseason S&P Plus rating is a 17.2, which is 15th. I'm picking A&M to go 10-2, 6-2. Tied for third in the SEC with Alabama, actually. So for those of you watching, I am changing Alabama's record prediction from 9-3 to 10-2, 6-2. And I think that A&M will be a college football playoff participant. Between all the games on their schedule, here are, I think, the ones that are losable. Notre Dame on the road, Auburn at home, Florida, at Arkansas and LSU, at Missouri, South Carolina, and at Texas. So I think Mississippi State, Samford, UTSA, and Utah State are guaranteed wins. That's 4 guaranteed wins. I look at their guaranteed losses, and I don't see any. The closest would be Texas on the road, but A&M's more experienced now than Texas is. They are going to have a better gain of on-field performance than Texas will, because year 2 is when the great staffs usually make their biggest impact. And it was a close game last year. I mean, Texas owned them on the line of scrimmage, but Texas's turnovers were also a part of their DNA last year, and the fact they couldn't pull away from teams. If that's the case again this year, and A&M fields a better offense and a better defense, they could win that game. So 4 guaranteed wins, 0 guaranteed losses. And I think against teams like Auburn, Arkansas, and South Carolina, they're going to be big favorites. South Carolina's a revenge game, and A&M's much deeper this year. Plus, going from Kyle Field and comparing that to like Williams-Brice Stadium, that's probably a double-digit point swing. And A&M also returns more. So I think A&M will probably win that game. I look at Auburn, should have the better roster, better head coach too, and then Arkansas loses a bunch, and Arkansas will have already gone through a lot of their tough games by the time they play A&M, so they could be beaten down. That's why I'm going with 10-2 here. I think that they'll lose 2 of those games, more likely Texas than anyone else, and then, whether it's LSU or Missouri or maybe Florida, even though that game's at home, they'll slip up another time. But they'll be a college football playoff participant from my perspective. Moving on to some predictions that I have for A&M. Going on a Scoville scale here. So I have a mild prediction, a medium one, hot one, scorching one, and a hellfire one. My mild prediction is that the defense improves while the defense improves with Elko being more involved in play calling and game planning. Should say with, not will. My medium prediction is that A&M will lead the SEC in rushing yards per game and yards per carry. I think that with what they bring back on the O-line, with Marcel Reed being mobile, and then Amari Daniels and Le'Veon Moss, that they were top 4 in yards per carry in the SEC last year, and they were second in rushing yards per game. With all they bring back, I think they will be first. Chance they'll be first there by a long shot. My hot prediction is that Marcel Reed will be a top 25 quarterback in college football this season. I've just seen a lot of skepticism from whether it's the Cover 3 podcast or some people I trust, to where I think he'll be top 25. I think he'll develop nicely, but some don't. So there's some boldness to that prediction. My scorchin' prediction, the Aggies will reach the college football playoffs for the first time in school history. Scorchin' because their win total is 7.5, and because of their prior history of being ranked high and then disappointing, and their schedule's tough enough to where 9-3 is very likely here. My hellfire prediction is that A&M will do such a good job this year that Elko will win SEC Coach of the Year. Won't be Sark, won't be Kirby, won't be DeBoer, won't be Billy Napier or Brian Kelly, won't be Brent Venables, even though I think they'll rebound. It will be Mike Elko. Mike Elko is your 2025, my prediction at least, Mike Elko will be your 2025 SEC Coach of the Year. I'm high on A&M for the first time in a while. I was somewhat high on them last year, not going to lie. Somewhat high on them, but I expected Notre Dame to win that game in week 1. Did not expect what followed that game, nor did I expect some things that followed A&M, where I thought they'd get better as the year went on, and then things kind of blew out as the year progressed. But this year I'm high on them, and I'm telling you, you got to buy into A&M, not just now, but for the future, for the long term, because Elko's a good coach. He'll do what he has to get A&M to the playoffs consistently and be a true top-tier program and roster year in and year out, unlike the ultimate scam artist and snake oil salesman, Jimbo Fisher. Thank you for watching College Football with Sam. Make sure that you've liked the video, subscribed to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and team playlists and podcasts in the description, joined the free Discord server where we talk college football 24/7, and have commented your thoughts down below. Check out the description for any ways you can support the channel monetarily. Everything else I've asked you to do is completely free, and your support means the world to me. We're trying to become the next big thing on college football YouTube. 6-figure subscribers, maybe 1 million one day. I think we can do that. And also check out any videos or playlists, anything in these columns right here, where there will be videos and playlists. Yeah, you get the point. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.